Howdy builders, welcome to the Great LEGO Space Western Mashup here at Minifigs in Space. Today we are going to make the sub-genre of Space Western very literal, meaning that there will be a mixture of space and Western aesthetics that are clearly blended together. Our focus will be on designing and customizing LEGO minifigures that will fit into this very literal sub-genre. Still not sure about what to expect? Well, let's ask Brick Daddy.
You can expect a dusty world of laser guns, fedoras, and, unfortunately, a little less purple.
Well, there you go. And as you can see, Brick Daddy actually fits into the Western feel pretty well already. You can see my customization process of this minifigure in another video, but let's move on to some fresh content. Meet the Space Prospector. Pulling inspiration from more of the space side of things, this minifigure is armed with a white prototype revolver. The torso is a pretty standard part from the collectible minifigure series. Now the legs are what pulls more from the Western side, where I try to make it look like coattails hanging down over some brown pants. When it comes to choosing accessories for minifigures, I would argue that the accessories give a lot of support to the character's personality and backstory. In this case, the revolver alludes towards the Western side of his backstory, while the pink crystal represents what he is searching for, which is minerals. The problem is, he isn't the only guy searching for crystals. Meet our first villain, a Blacktron outlaw. With his stylish whiskers and classy black attire, he may look like just another Western dude. That is, until you see the lime green bee highlighted on his torso. When you see that bee, you know he means serious business. Personally, I think he represents a 50-50 mix of space and Western. The robotic claw and the metallic armor kind of give hints towards the space side of things, while the cowboy hat, the mustache, and the flowing cape gives off very clear Western vibes. And where you have someone breaking the law means there should be someone who can uphold the law. Meet the Space Western Sheriff. This respectable upholder of the law uses the torso and legs from Space Police 3. However, I have added a couple additional accessories such as the utility belt and the cowboy hat. The laser rifle is a fairly straightforward build using a, let's say, modern gun, and using a lightsaber hilt along with a minifigure screwdriver. Personally, I love using screwdrivers as the tips for rifles, but there are a variety of other pieces you could try using as well. Next up is this heavily armed bandit dude. I actually don't quite know what his backstory is, other than the fact that he has a lot of weapons on him. Anyway, this guy uses a torso from Jurassic Park actually. I typically don't use licensed minifigure torsos, but this one stood out to me and I thought I'd give it a shot. I designed his weapon to be separated into two, so one is a laser gun, the other being a handheld device with an arrow and a drill unit. I'm realizing I should have come up with some good backstory for this character, but I'm curious to see what you guys would think. What do you think his story is? Please share in the comments. You're going to have to keep an eye on this guy, literally, as he is the Cyclops repurposed into a single-eyed alien. The torso and legs come from the LEGO City Volcano sub-theme. The oxygen tanks, of course, come from LEGO Divers in general. Now, the laser gun is made out of three components, the base being a Star Wars pistol with a 1x1 round stud with a hollow center with a Technic bushing. Next up is a cowboy using a torso from the 2022 City Space sub-theme. This minifigure is a fairly straightforward design. I don't have too much to comment on, other than that the legs came from standard LEGO City sets as well, and the gun is just using simply a telescope part at the tip for the barrel. This here is another Space Western villain. This time though, he is a claim jumper. The head comes from a character in the LEGO Ninjago theme. The torso and legs actually come from Slizer, who is from the Space Police 3 sub-theme. The weapon is a standard rifle with an extra clip added to it, and this clip acts as a sort of futuristic magazine for this laser gun. One last thing I wanted to point out was the accessory I used for the head. It is a claw piece, and it gives the effect of some either silver hair or metallic spikes coming out at the top. And lastly, we have another mysterious villain. This time though, I like to think of him as a bounty hunter. This space western minifigure uses a variety of parts from a variety of themes, ranging from the LEGO City Stunts sub-theme to the LEGO Movie 2. Personally, my favorite details have to be the face from the Stunts theme paired with the scarf piece from the LEGO Movie 2. While this is a predominantly Western-inspired minifigure, the face print and also the robotic leg help give it that sci-fi touch that is so common with space westerns. And that, partners, is about it. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing for more exciting LEGO space content.